Good evening. This is Akashvani Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Prime Minister Modi says women-led development approach is most effective way of women's empowerment. Governor of Nagaland La Ganesan says a sense of our culture should be preserved and passed down to future generation. Nagaland Deputy Chief Minister Patton says public should not take law into their own hands. And Department of Food and Civil Supplies to organize programs to clear misinformation on plastic rice. Now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that women-led development approach is the most effective way of women's empowerment. Addressing the inaugural session of the G20 ministerial meeting of women's empowerment in Naga, he called for removing barriers that restrict growth of women. Modi stressed the need for a level playing field for women in all sectors. Reaffirming the government's commitment towards women-led development, Prime Minister said more than 70% of loans under Mudra scheme have been sanctioned to women. Governor of Nagaland La Ganesan said the essence and good practices of our culture should be preserved and passed down to future generation. The governor was speaking at the Zingremong Festival celebration at Mangmetong village in Mukukchung today. He emphasized that Nagaland in the past had to struggle with issues that impeded peace and development, but with peace returning, the state is witnessing development in all fronts. The governor asserted that today Nagaland is marching ahead with the rest of the country, and the contribution of the state to the nation is second to none. Nagaland Deputy Chief Minister Patton today said public should not take the law into their own hands but report crimes to the law enforcing agencies. Inaugurating the new office building of the Superintendent of Police in Mukukchung, Patton called for public cooperation and support to the law enforcing agencies. Talking about the menace of substance abuse in the state, he informed that Woka and Mukukchung districts topped the list in drug peddling and related issues as per reports. Expressing concerns on the issue of illegal immigrants in the state, the Deputy Chief Minister cautioned that Nagaland may become like Tripura if the issue is not solved. He, however, lauded the efforts of the civil society organizations in Mukukchung who initiated a drive to evict illegal immigrants. Patton further said that Mukukchung is the only district in Nagaland where there is no presence of illegal Bangladeshi immigrants. Nagaland State Department of Food and Civil Supplies will be organizing a series of programs across the state to clear the misinformation on plastic rice being circulated in social media. Informing this, Director of Food and Civil Supplies, Jupawati Chang, said the program will be carried out in collaboration with the technical partner of the department, PATH. The department has appealed to the concerned fair price shops, village chairman, ward chairman, Kambura's civil society organizations and others to actively participate in the awareness programs in their respective districts and educate the public on the benefit of consumption of fortified rice, which is enriched with iron, folic acid and vitamin B12. Nagaland Board of School Education (NBSC) has cautioned against unauthorized private agency operating as an intermediary for applicants of the board's documents. The board stated that these agencies charge exorbitant fees to the applicants before sending the application forms to the board. NBSC has directed other agencies involved in similar practice to stop with immediate effect. The board has also informed that applicants who apply for documents through such agencies will be doing so at their own risk. Therefore, applicants have been advised to seek help and apply directly to the board's office. Duplicate documents and migration certificate can be applied for in person or through email at nbscd@gmail.com with proper postal address. This news comes from Akashvani, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News On Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. The centre has said that various preventive measures are being taken to deal with cybercrimes that particularly affect children. In a reply in the Lok Sabha, Minister for Electronics and Information Technology Akashvani said the Home Ministry provided financial assistance to states and union territories under the Cybercrime Prevention Against Women and Children scheme for capacity building. He said cyber forensic crime training laboratories have been commissioned in 30 states and union territories so far. Vaishnav added that the government blocked websites from time to time containing child sexual abuse materials. Deputy Commissioner Kohima has informed that under the National Clean Air Programme, NCAP, random checking of various outlets was carried out within Kohima municipality area. These includes adulteration of fuel, public hygiene facilities, fire safety measures, and quality and quantity data of fuel in the fuel stations. Random checking was also carried out in all other fuel stations under Kohima district, including North Kohima, South Kohima, Chibopozo, Zabza, Jakama, and Gezocha from 15 to 29 July. The exercise was conducted as per the guidelines of the Central Pollution Control Board. Border Roads Organization has successfully restored the crucial road link between Tuensang and Mon today. The road had suffered extensive damage due to a massive landslide triggered by incessant rain near Timlak village, leading to collapse of existing Bailey Bridge. The 100 Road Construction Company of the 15th Border Roads Task Force under Project Sevak took immediate action by culminating their tireless efforts. Nagaland Legislative Assembly Speaker Sharingan Longama said, as per estimates of the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Northeast Region has the potential to generate nearly 129 gigawatts of green energy. In this regard, he stressed on the importance of regional connectivity and regional strengthening for generation of energy, especially renewable energy. Longama was speaking at the 20th Annual Conference of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association India Region Zone 3 at Shillong in Meghalaya, which was held from 30 July to 1st August. He emphasized that the Ministry of Power can play a pivotal role by formulating special power purchase rates for the power deficit states of the region like Mizoram, Meghalaya and Nagaland. Longama also apprised the centre on the urgent need to support and frame supplementary policies with regard to energy sufficiency and generation of renewable energy in the Northeast region. Central Leather Research Institute, Chennai, in collaboration with Yingli College Longling and the Pom Baptist Christian Association, is organizing a comprehensive training program for self-help groups on the pioneers and graduates. Commencing from today, the training will conclude on 5th August. Experts from Central Leather Research Institute will give hands-on sessions covering various aspects of leather crafting and manufacturing. Addressing the inaugural program, Sub-Divisional Officer of Longling, Meya Zungba Jamir, emphasized on the growing trend of preferring entrepreneurship over traditional government jobs and encouraged the trainees to establish Longling District as a hub for leather product manufacturing. And in weather, India Meteorological Department has forecast moderate rain over many places in Nagaland in the next 24 hours. Thunderstorm with lightning and heavy to very heavy rain has been predicted at isolated places. And now it's when the news, here are the main points again. Prime Minister Modi says women-led development approach is most effective way of women's empowerment. Governor of Nagaland La Ganesan says essence of our culture should be preserved and passed down to future generation. Nagaland Deputy Chief Minister Patton says public should not take law into their own hands. And Department of Food and Civil Supplies to organize programs to clear misinformation on plastic rice. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.